चलो चालू करें।
Yeah, yeah. So this is from which book?
This is the I told you, no, wellness.
Okay, just a second. So this is the audiobook that you converted, or this is
No, this is the book that you sent.
okay, 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 fine.
You want to do it from the audio book that we converted? Which one?
No, I'm okay either ways. Can you send me also the audiobook that you converted?
Already sent.
वो मुझे मिला नहीं कल. I was searching, but
नहीं
maybe I
नहीं, वो
missed
वो
somewhere.
तेरे को ऑडियो बुक के रूम पे नहीं आएगा ना, गूगल ड्राइव के लिंक में मिलेगा।
अच्छा, okay. बिकॉज वो जो गूगल ड्राइव का लिंक आपने भेजा था ना, आई वेंट इनटू इट, तो वहां पे MP4 ही
हम्म।
पड़ा हुआ है उसका जो कन्वर्जन है.
हाँ, MP4 का तेरे पास क्या एप्पल है क्या?
नहीं नहीं, मेरे पास तो ये है,
एंड्रॉइड है ना?
एंड्रॉयड है ना.
हाँ, तो एंड्रॉइड
लेकिन
है तो
उस
MP4 काम करेगा।
नहीं, MP4 तो काम करेगा. आई थॉट यू ऑल्सो कन्वर्टेड दैट ऑडियो बुक इनटू अ टेक्स्ट.
हाँ, दैट आल्सो आई हैव सेंट।
हाँ, वो ही नहीं मिला मुझे. तो आई एम मिसिंग दैट एक्चुअली.
अरे यार, वो तेरे को कन्वर्टेड के नाम पे होगा। मैं तेरे को जो भेजा उसी में से तो मैं खोल के देखा, नहीं आया क्या तेरे को?
वो मुझे मिल नहीं रहा है, तो इफ यू कैन जस्ट सेंड ओवर.
ठीक है, अभी भेज देता हूँ, उसमें क्या है। एक नया ग्रुप बना दिया ताकि अपना आकाशिक
राइट.
रिकॉर्ड सब रिक्वायर्ड स्टाफ हम
हम्म.
चारों के बीच में एक्सेस रहने के लिए। नहीं तो
ओके.
4 बार भेजना पड़ता है हर एक चीज।
करेक्ट, करेक्ट. नहीं, दैट्स फाइन. तो आर दे अवेयर ऑफ दिस Akashic records, or are they doing
या
something?
दे हैव जॉइंड द अदर वन दैट आई हैव जॉइंड।
अच्छा, वो गीतांजलि वाला ही ज्वाइन किया उन्होंने.
हाँ हाँ।
ओके.
ठीक है।
ओके.
और आज अभी जरा 3 फ्री बुक्स थे किंडल में,
हम्म.
तो वो
मेटाट्रॉन
हिप्नोसिस का
वाले.
भी डाल दिया।
हाँ.
हिप्नोथेरेपी का भी डाल दिया 3।
राइट. हिप्नोथेरेपी का तो ना, इफ यू रियली वांट टू लर्न एरिक्सोनियन हिप्नोसिस, तो देयर इज अ वेरी गुड पर्सन, हिज नेम वाज स्टीव एंड्रियास. तो अगर कभी आपको उसको पढ़ने का मौका मिले, और
तो मेरे
आई
को
ट्राई.
ये भेज दे, नाम भेज दे। आई
मेरे
विल
पास उसके
सर्च इफ इट इज।
क्योंकि मेरे पास उसकी बहुत बुक्स पड़ी है, मेरे पास उसका एंटायर कलेक्शन है. मैंने उसकी,
अच्छा।
जब व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू लर्न हिप्नोथेरेपी फ्यू इयर्स अगो, तो बहुत पढ़ा है
हम्म।
उसको मैंने. और उसकी जो बुक्स हैं, दे आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. और ही वाज अ काइंड, ही इज पायनियर. उसके आई थिंक बहुत सारे वीडियोस भी हैं मेरे पास, जो सेशंस के हैं, विच आर रियली इंफॉर्मेटिव.
तो क्या इसमें से करें? ऑडियो बुक।
whichever you want, I'm okay either ways.
ऑडियो बुक का ही करते हैं। ठीक है, तो तेरे को भेजा हुआ है ना वो लिंक?
कौन सा?
एक से एक काम करते हैं। ठीक है,
हम्म.
ये इसको रहने दे। अच्छा, ये 3 बार कन्वर्ट हो गया है क्या?
These are like MP3s.
These are all MP4s.
Okay.
MP3 का भी है चैप्टर वाइज, तेरे को
हम्म।
चैप्टर वाइज चाहिए क्या?
नहीं नहीं चलेगा, वेट एवर वे आई एम ओके इधर
आई
वाइज।
हैव सेंट यू द कंसोलिडेटेड वन।
या वो चलेगा, इट्स फाइन।
ठीक है।
या।
सो वी विल स्टार्ट विथ हाउ वी क्रिएट।
हम्म।
Chapter 1: The Quantum Mechanics of How We Create. All of reality is a story that's been made manifest. In a world that sometimes makes you feel like you're out of control, it's only natural to try and find meaning and a sense of power over what happens to you, including what happens to your body and your health. In recent years, the spiritual
यहाँ
practice.
पे मेरे को एक चीज टेस्ट करना है, दोनों का कंटेंट एक ही है क्या?
हाँ वो एक बार देख
नहीं,
लेते हैं।
ये वो नहीं है। देख, in the world that sometimes you makes you feel like you are out of control, it's only natural to try and find meaning
हम्म।
and a sense of power over what happens to you.
या।
ये अच्छा है कि वो अच्छा है, वो एक बार सैंपल ले लेंगे, देन वी कैन डिसाइड।
वो एक बार देख लेते हैं कि उसके अंदर क्या बोल रहा है ये। उसका भी तो चैप्टर 1
Manifesting
होगा ना
has
कहीं
become
पहले।
part of popular jargon and practice. You might have tried manifesting using visualization, vision boards, or even affirmations to create something you want in your life. Manifesting is the
इसको यहाँ पर देख कैसे बताया है। फर्स्ट पैरा में अंतर है,
हम्म।
बट
या।
मैनिफेस्टिंग इज द प्रैक्टिस, वो सेकंड पैरा में सेम है लगता है।
ऑलमोस्ट सेम ही है। हाँ तो वी कैन फॉलो ईदर वन ऑफ देम, इट्स फाइन। आई थिंक वो दे वोंट चेंज इट
ना,
बिकॉज
वो थोड़ा
अदरवाइज।
चेंज कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे। ये देख, ये
हम्म।
इतना लंबा है।
नहीं वो
ठीक।
मे बी इट इज ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द जो बुक फॉन्ट्स होते हैं ना, उससे फर्क पड़ेगा। क्योंकि इसमें
हाँ।
फॉन्ट्स उन्होंने दूसरे यूज किए हैं, उसमें फॉन्ट्स अलग यूज किए हैं। तो
हम्म।
दैट माइट बी वन ऑफ द केस। तो पिक एनी वन ऑफ देम, फिर दो से करेंगे तो मुश्किल होगा। पिक एनी वन ऑफ देम, विच एवर यू वांट। यू वांट टू हियर द ऑडियो बुक अलॉन्ग विद इट?
मैंने वो हम लोग अलग भी कर सकते हैं ना,
हम्म।
वो हम लोग पढ़ते हैं।
राइट।
ठीक है, सो वी विल रीड इट।
ओके। तो विल रीड फ्रॉम द बुक।
हाँ, विल रीड इट फ्रॉम द बुक जो
ठीक
तूने
है।
भेजा था,
ओके।
उसमें से पढ़े।
फाइन।
ठीक है। क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स ऑफ हाउ वी क्रिएट। ठीक है, मतलब वो प्रोसेस को, all
यस।
of reality is a story that has been made manifest.
मैनिफेस्ट।
So if we are to read this, there is a soul plan, we are manifesting the soul plan. That is the way we have to interpret this.
यस।
सही है ना?
यस।
Because we have created that plan, we have come here, we are trying to manifest in the process. Wherever we are using free will, it will undergo a change.
हम्म।
In a world that sometimes makes you free, you feel like you are out of control, it's only natural to try and find meaning and a sense of power over what happens to you, including what happens to your body and your health.
Yeah.
In recent years, the spiritual practice of manifestation has become part of popular jargon and practice. You might have tried manifesting using visualization, vision boards, or even affirmations to create something you want in your life. See, her entire background of this chapter is that she suddenly discovers that she is a lone mom of 4 children
हम्म।
and she is afflicted with cancer.
ओके।
So curing that cancer के द्वारा यहाँ तक पहुंच गई वो।
ओके।
ठीक है? So manifesting is the practice of intentionally bringing desires or goals into reality through focused thought, belief, emotion, and aligned action. While it has become popular through movements like the law of attraction and the book like The Secret, Rondaka,
या।
right? The roots of manifesting run deep across cultural and spiritual traditions. Ancient philosophies such as Hermetism, East mysticism, and indigenous wisdom of all speak to the idea that our thoughts and our energies shape our reality.
Yes.
In modern times, manifesting blends metaphysical principles with neuroscience and psychology, emphasizing that what we consistently focus on, especially with the belief and emotional resonance, can influence outcomes in our life. At its core, manifesting is about co-creating with the universe by aligning with the frequency of what we wish to experience. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Right? In popular culture, manifesting is often distilled down to the idea that your thoughts create your reality. In other words, if you think it, it will come true. The better skilled you are at regulating what you think, the better you get at manifesting. While thoughts are certainly part of the creative process, most people who try manifesting by simply thinking something into being are left rather frustrated. Okay? The challenge with the gross simplification of the idea that thoughts create your reality is that it doesn't take into consideration that your personal narrative influences what and how you think. For example, if your personal story includes a belief like, I don't deserve to be happy, then your thoughts will reflect this story. So the theme she is creating is thoughts is only one part of your manifestation process. There is more to it.
Yes.
Right? If you want to influence what you create and experience in life, you must have a healthy story before you start using the manifesting process. Right?
Yeah.
So now she is going into the parts of the manifesting equation. In order to manifest, you have to understand the different components of the manifesting process. The manifesting process isn't just about mindset and thinking. It is a powerful physiological process. To truly take control of this process, you must have to not only change the way you think, live more authentically, and reclaim sovereignty over your personal story, but you also have to change your body and cultivate a practice that keeps you aligned with your natural creative power.
Yes.
इसीलिए तो जो डिस्पेंसा का हम लोगों ने वो जो बुक क्लब किया था,
Right.
वो बार बार वो प्रेलूड में पूरा लिख के बताता है ना, I started thinking, then I
Yes.
made a mistake. The moment I made a mistake, I
They started again.
recreated the entire
Yes.
process. Correct.
You have to start living the story actually from
Exactly.
within your body. I
Correct.
think. Yes.
Let's start by exploring the parts of manifesting equation. Then we can learn how to pull all of these parts together to create a formula for cultivating well-being and expansion, no matter what's happening. As you conceptualize all these different parts of the manifesting equation, please remember that most of these parts do not exist on the material plane. You are learning to become a proficient magician of energy. And you are reclaiming the power to transform this energy into form.
To form. Yeah.
the quantum field of infinite potential. That is the first one.
Yeah.
Right now, as you read this, you are sitting in the middle of a field of information that contains every single potential for all of reality. It's not manifest yet. This field is a pure potential and contains the energetic building blocks that make up any situation, opportunity, or thing you can dream of, and way more. Your human brain can only imagine an infinitesimal portion of the potentials available in the cosmos. Clear, no?
Yeah. So it says it's just a potential,
No,
right?
its potential is huge.
Potential is huge,
Huh.
but again,
And
it
you will
depends.
not be able to connect with the entire part of the potential because
Yes,
of your limited imagination.
exactly. Because
Because imagination also as a capability
it
has
is
got
limited.
its own boundaries.
Yes,
It
it has.
वो
It is.
अपना
It
खुद
is
का
limited.
boundary बना के रहता है. Yeah.
वो imagination में problem क्या है कि you can only imagine what you have experienced or whatever you know. You can't
Exactly.
go beyond that.
Correct.
जो आपको पता ही नहीं है.
Correct. This field of information is full of quantum particles that move at the speed of light and even faster than the speed of light. That is tachyons, photons and tachyons. A quantum particle is the smallest building block of matter, and when many of them come together, they form the physical world you see and touch. यहाँ पर in our imagination, we need to bring in the neutrinos concept.
Yes.
Neutrinos क्या है याद है ना?
Right.
That is the breadth of the star.
The free particles in the space.
The streaming breadth of stars that is streaming,
yes,
blocked by planets.
Matlab,
that also what you are getting is limited, though the potential is much more. Okay. When quantum physics first tried to explain and measure quantum particles, they soon discovered that they could either measure the movement of a particle or location of a particle, but never both at the same time. Because they are both observed particles, right?
Yeah.
As soon as the scientists had an expectation about where a quantum particle could be located, the particle dropped out of movement and into its expected material form. In other words, the particle behaved as expected. Okay?
You said that they could either measure the movement of particle or location.
Because they are either, the moment they are observed, they become material, na? Otherwise waves.
Yeah. Yes.
तो दोनों तरफ फंस जाते हैं. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So, moving quantum particles represent potential. They are not actually manifest yet on the material plane. Quantum particles that have located dropout of movement and exist on the material plane. Okay. They are not yet. They
so
exist.
The ones which have been observed, right?
Correct. The ones that have been
observed. Yeah.
The meaning we have about potential determines how they drop out of movement and are made manifest on the material plane. That means the expectation will make them drop out onto the material plane. The meaning you hold for the potential of your life are determined by the second part of the manifesting equation, your conditioning
field. That is most important, right? So
that is That is the second part. दोनों
आपका
important है.
या
मतलब जैसा Bob Proctor explain करता था, there are two parts to it. One, you go and vibrate at the same frequency so that you connect. Once you have connected, now you have to attract them.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, your conditioning field. You have a field of information surrounding you that contains the entire history of you, who you are, and all the things that have ever happened to you. This field of information includes all of your past experiences, emotions, and beliefs related to these experiences. It also includes memories stored in your body, including the memories from your ancestral lineage. अब यहां पर तेरे को QHD दिख रहा है थोड़ा बहुत.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine you are about to speak in a group setting, but your throat tightens and your heart races. You hesitate, not because of what's happening now, but because somewhere in your conditioning field, there's an old memory of being laughed at in a class as a child, a belief that your voice doesn't matter, a belief that your voice doesn't matter, or even the unspoken fears passed down from generations who were punished for speaking out. या कुछ भी हो, वो उसका फील्ड में घुमा है,
right.
उसका ऑरा में घूम रहा है, ये उसका ऑरा में ये घूम रहा है.
Yes.
All of that invisible layered information stored in your body and your energy is what shapes your response. That is the conditioning field in action. Your quantum design, your unique energy blueprint is also part of your conditioning field. यहाँ पे QHD आ रहा है.
Right.
Living in a field of information that contains infinite potential is overwhelming and untenable for most people. You have literally unlimited choices for what you can create with your life. Your human body and mind cannot process this much information without being completely overloaded. Your conditioning field essentially acts like a filter. It helps you choose which possibilities you are going to pluck out of the quantum field and maintain in your life.
Manifest in your life.
Manifest in your life. Your conditioning field is programming what you create and experience in your life. Your personal narrative, the story you tell yourself and the world about who you are, is crafted from your conditioning field. Most important learning.
Yes.
This story is setting the tone and direction of your life and has tremendous influence, right, over what and how you manifest. थोड़ा डार्क वाला होता तो अच्छा रहता. To create change, you have to first start with changing the stories you hold in your conditioning field. You have to rethink and rewrite your old narrative and events of the past and reclaim sovereignty over the events that have led to your current story. When you first start, Changing your story, you are vulnerable. You have disrupted your old story. You can't go back to how things used to be, even though it's tempting. It's common to feel as your new story is gaining strength, like you are sitting in a sort of a void or a gap between your old story and your new one.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you are in the void. Old artifacts from your previous stories pop back into your reality. That old boyfriend comes back. You get hit with an unexpected bill. You hang out with your old friends and you start to doubt the direction. You start to doubt based on whatever is happening. You start to doubt
Right.
the new direction you are trying to take with your life. It's easy to make changes to your story and start the inner deconditioning process. But when you go out into the world, you immediately get reconditioned again. It's a challenge when people try to decondition in the exact environment they experience the conditioning. It can feel like a test of sorts. This is the time when a lot of people give up, and ये हम लोगों ने उधर भी पढ़ा था,
Yeah.
right? कौन सा हम लोग वो कैरेक्टर किसमें पढ़ा था, मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा, ये पढ़ा हुआ है अभी रिसेंटली. Changing your story means to have to change your mind, your thinking, and the patterns in your body. You also have to shift the habits you have formed in response to your story. हाँ, ये किधर पढ़ा था, मेरे बुक क्लब में पढ़ा था.
This is Joe Dispenza, na? So
हाँ,
breaking the habits of being yourself.
yourself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now the subtle body. The
So
subtle
it's
body is your aura.
basically it says that uh, you might be able to change the conditioning by changing your inner environment, but when you go
हाँ.
back to again to your old environment, then that creates a conflict because that environment again persists you, or or want to bring you back
Because
to
you
your
get
old.
into a comfort zone.
Because that is your
Because of
known.
the
Because that is your known, and you always feel safe in your known part, right?
correct. That is what they call na comfort zone.
Comfort zone, or that's a known
Correct.
area, right?
Correct.
And
Correct.
this is your unknown or the uncomfort zone, the new environment. But
Yeah.
the point is that how because see, there are two things. One is the environment. You might not be able to change your friends overnight or your family members, because again you have to step in the same world. Even if you change your inner environment, right, again you have to step in the same world. You might be able to change some of your friend circle, so as to think differently. For example, I am too materialistic, but now I'm getting back into the spiritual world. Okay, so I'm trying to change or changing my company. Okay, but
Correct.
but in my office or in my personal life, I cannot, shoo away everybody, right, who are already there from many years.
You can't, and they will come back reminding you everything that you have been through.
Exactly. So they will again try and lure me back. But the point is that how exactly you can.
Not their luring back. You forget because your unconditional क्या बोलते हैं अपना subconscious mind and unconscious mind form 95%
Yes.
of what you are.
Right.
Right. So you slip into that.
Yes. So person slips back. There is a high tendency of a relapse.
Correct.
That you will go back again into that original state.
Yes. So यहाँ पे क्या कह रहा है? Subtle body. The subtle body is the third component. Okay. The subtle body is your aura, the natural energy field that surrounds your body. This energy field is a template that holds together the energetic structure for what you are experiencing in your life right now. ये छाता है,
Yes.
उस छाता के नीचे ही छत्र में ही आप रहते हो. Such healing modalities as Reiki and healing touch, along with the essential oils and flowers, essences of homeopathy, work on this subtle level. A good initiative, intuitive, medical empath, or psychic can look at your subtle body energy field and see if you have been ill or you are about to be ill, because they can see the changes in your subtle body.
Yes, because if you tend to look into the aura of the person,
the colors will tell you where they are, what they are.
Somewhere you will see more and more dark or gray matter. Somewhere you will see
Correct.
brighter things. So
yes,
you tend to realize that.
Yeah. You might even be able to see whether your soulmate or money is coming into your life, because the change in your physical reality exists in the subtle body first. The subtle body is often a piece of creation equation that is ignored. You accelerate and strengthen the creation process when you also work on your subtle body level. That means meditation में हम लोगों को इन सब areas में लेके जाना पड़ेगा.
Right. The meditation, I think it works on all these levels. वो aura पे भी काम करता है.
No, उसको जो तू guidance दे रहा है ना.
Right.
You have to make them experience it. Now you are moving into your subtle domain. You are in your mental plane, right? Or the noetic plane. वहां पे you are creating all the elements. उनको ऐसा कहानी बताना पड़ेगा.
Correct.
Otherwise, they will imagine whatever they want. Initially, we might have to condition that also.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though inner change can be instant, it can sometimes take time for your body to catch up with the changes, especially if parts of your old story had elements that you cultivated to protect you and help you feel safe. Bolstering the changes you make by adding subtle body therapies such as the flower essences and sound frequencies can strengthen your new story. Working with the subtle body and tuning it energetically is kind of like a bandage that stabilizes the inner changes until your body and life manifest these changes. ठीक है? अब
So it says that by adding these therapies,
मतलब तो habit बना रहा है उसको.
And like back therapy, Reiki, sound frequencies, they can. So if you are trying to add all these components to your therapies, so it will create a kind of a package,
Correct.
So
it
that's
will
what
become
it
a
is.
package.
It
Correct.
will become a package. That's what it is
Correct.
trying to say.
Correct. So the fourth component is your physical reality. The last component of the manifesting process is finally experiencing your creative intention and story, and your story changes on the material plane. That means physical reality में तो material plane में changes लेके आ. As you will learn in the next section, your physical reality is part of an elegant feedback loop that mirrors the changes you have made in your story and your energy field. The more you decondition yourself, take back control of your story, and learn how to regulate your subtle body, the more your physical reality will be as you have imagined it. The better you get at this process, the more you learn to be in alignment with not only creating what you want, but also influencing the timing of when what you want shows up. You can even configure it to that level. Your physical reality is malleable, infinite, and never set in stone. मतलब कुछ भी पक्का नहीं है.
Right. There can be changes. Yeah.
Correct. One of the most important things you have to do to become fully activated, creative is fully activated creative is to realize that all of reality is a story that has been made manifest. If you don't like what you see around you, it's not locked or fixed. You have the power to choose. मतलब तेको free will भी है.
Free will be hai.
हाँ. How it works. Now that you know the parts of the creative equation, let's put all of them together so you can start to work with these parts to deliberately create what you want for your life. Let's start with a simple exercise. You will need a paper and pen to get started. Okay. Think of the word money. Okay, यहीं पे लिख लेते हैं. ये तो हम दोनों ही तो हैं. Write
Yeah.
down every thought or feeling you experience when you think of the word money. लिख रहे हैं? मनी क्या कहलाता है? सिक्योरिटी.
Yes.
और क्या? An aid to meet our desires.
Aid to meet desires, right.
और क्या तेरे माइंड में क्या आ रहा है?
वो fulfill the wishes and the desires.
ये
One
वही है
is
ना?
वो तो वही हो
Aid
गया,
to
right?
meet. हाँ हाँ.
Yes. And then I think money is power.
Okay, और
M- money is confidence.
ठीक है.
Yes.
Can make us go careless also.
Yes. The hindsight of
Careless
it.
and
Yes.
overconfidence.
Yes.
It may build in arrogance.
Okay.
ठीक है, इतना लिख लिया ना. ये क्या
Yeah.
कह रहा है अभी?
Hmm.
ये कलर ठीक नहीं, हम लोग को कुछ डार्क. चल, ठीक है.
Yeah.
So what is he saying? When you are done, put your hand over your heart and take a nice long deep breath. Bring your awareness back to this book. ठीक है, चलो. ठीक है. Now what is he saying? Here's what happened. As you completed this exercise, as you thought of the word money, your brain produced a photon, a storm, right? Light storm. Photons flash through the nerve connections in your brain, causing your brain to produce chemicals called neurotransmitters. Congratulations. You are so powerful that you literally just transform light into matter. These neurotransmitters traveled throughout your body and produced an emotional response. As we were thinking, the emotional response you created matches your emotional programming, your conditioning around your money story. Let us say, for example, if you have a fear, that whenever you have money, you mismanage it and lose it all. Whenever you think about money, this part of your money story gets activated and your body responds by creating neurotransmitters that stimulate emotions in this to match this story. Okay. Emotional energy carries a frequency which is variable depending on which emotions are generated. High frequency emotional energy calibrates the mind and body into a state of coherence. Coherence happens when the heart, mind, and emotions are in alignment and cooperation. When you are in a state of coherence, you experience ease, a sense of well-being, and great creativity. राइट तो यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने जो लिखा राइट इसमें से पर्टिकुलरली ये जो नेगेटिव वाले हैं ना
राइट
इनको अगर निकाल दो ठीक है इन दोनों को छोड़ो राइट ऑल द अदर्स आर पॉजिटिव
यस
ओके राइट low frequency energy emotions include stress, fear, anxiety, or despair. Put your body into a state of non-coherence. Your thoughts and emotions trigger a low grade fight or flight response. मतलब वो fear आ जाता है.
Exactly.
ठीक है. Your body and mind prepare to run or take defensive action and your brain shuts down all natural creative response, causing you to be more reactive instead of conscious and deliberate.
So, ऊपर वाला जो है that is a state of coherence and this is like
this is the anti.
Non-coherent. This is a non-coherent state. Okay.
बाप रे बहुत काला हो गया. ये ठीक है.
You are using, there is a different PDF editor, na? What's the name of this?
This
PDF?
is PDFX.
Okay, PDFX. Okay, okay. I'll also download it.
This is very helpful.
हाँ तो because that will has more tools and Adobe is not that good. उसमें edit नहीं option दो.
Adobe नहीं है और this is free.
हाँ okay.
एक जमा इसका प्रोफेशनल वर्जन एक्सपेंसिव है.
इसका PDF
इसका
exchange.
हाँ PDF exchange.
Hmm.
PDF exchange viewer.
Okay.
It is PDF exchange viewer.
Viewer. Okay.
ठीक है, नहीं है तो पता मेरे पास कहीं इसका EXE होगा, भेज
नहीं, वो
दूंगा.
तो मैं ढूंढ लूंगा, अभी नेट में मिल जाएगा कहीं से.
In addition to these emotional responses, your thoughts program your brain to look for evidence in your outer world that matches the story you are telling yourself. ठीक है, ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट
Yes. Perspective. Right.
इनपुट है, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट इनपुट है ये.
Yeah.
ठीक है, you are bombarded with thousands of bits of information a second, and your brain, which has beautifully evolved to be focused and attentive, can only process about 120 bits of information per second. ये एक इंटरेस्टिंग इनपुट है हमारे लिए, right? To avoid information load, your brain is programmed to sort through all the data you have been bombarded with. It only processes the bits of information that are relevant to you. Your brain has 1 minute. मेरे को पानी का.
Yeah. Take your time.
To avoid information load, your brain, your brain has a system called reticular activating system that programs which bits of data have meaning to you. The story you tell about yourself and your life programs the RAS to pay attention to the bits of information your brain is processing so that you see the evidence of your story in the world. ये important है, समझा?
Yeah.
This reinforces the perceived truth of your story, causing you to potentially get stuck. Reinforces that don't actually help you create what you wanted. ये थोड़ा ध्यान देने वाला cautious point. The story you tell about yourself and your life programs, the RAS, to pay attention to the bits of information your brain is processing so that you see the evidence of your story in your outer world. मतलब जो भी नया प्रोग्राम क्रिएट किया है,
Yes.
this reinforces the perceived truth of your story, causing you to potentially get stuck in old stories that don't actually gel or don't actually help you create what you want and what you deserve in your life.
Yes. So it is basically the new reality that you are trying to frame. Your RAS system will basically go and compare with your older conditionings of the environment or the experiences that you have. And then there will be a conflict because
No, it will look for meaning. See, तेरे को वो याद है विक्टर फ्रैंकल का किताब?
Yes, man, life as we
man's search for
हाँ,
meaning,
man's search for yes meaning.
right? राइट? तो ये
Yeah.
वो है, क्योंकि आउटर वर्ल्ड में यू आर ट्राइंग टू लुक फॉर एविडेंस ऑफ योर न्यू चेंजेस विच टेक टाइम टू कम.
Right.
Okay, this is why the story you tell about yourself, including the way in which you interpret your quantum human design chart, is an essential part of what and how you create your story, including the meanings you give your quantum human design, is simply a filter through which you see potentials, create expectations, which cause the potentials to manifest on the physical plane, and interpret them through the reprogramming of the RAS mind, right? RAS,
RAS in your mind.
RAS in your mind, so that your outer reality appears to
Mirror your
mirror
inner
your
world.
internal world. मतलब आपको इसको पहले ही फाइन ट्यून कर सकते हो तो अच्छा है. This is the only place where you can fool yourself, na?
It says your story, including the meanings you give your quantum human design,
हाँ,
is simply a filter through which you see potentials, create expectations, which cause these potentials to manifest on the material plane,
ठीक.
and interpret them through the pre-programming of RAS in your mind, so that
Okay,
the outer reality appears to mirror your inner world.
हाँ.
So
अभी
it
क्या
means,
है, नहीं अभी देख, हम लोगों ने एक और चीज भी पढ़ा था ना. It said that you have a stream of energy that is going through.
yeah,
ठीक है? This stream of energy is neutrinos. They are coming and striking, let us say, a planet.
yeah,
And they are also coming and striking your physical body
yes,
in their journey. Right? तो ये यहाँ से ये आया, इसका इंफॉर्मेशन लिया, इसका इंफॉर्मेशन लिया, and then it has come to reality. This is what you will see, right? इसी को तो तू देखेगा. This is your inner body. ये बाहर निकला, ये रियलिटी बन गया.
okay,
Okay, so you should see that what you have thought is what is getting reflected.
okay,
Okay, तो
yeah,
यहां पर अगर तू ये आरएस को पहले ही बोल दे hypnotically, right? You are able to see what you are doing. ठीक है?
yeah,
मतलब ये क्या बोल रहा है यहाँ पर? To transform your reality, you must reclaim sovereignty over your personal narrative and your inner world. If you are the source of the experience of the reality in your life, you must first know who you are. ठीक है? If you are unhappy with the reality you are experiencing, you can transform it. You do this by changing the story you tell about who you are. You keep on telling it till, right? So in the
yes,
rest of the book, you are going to learn how to use QHD as a storytelling tool to help you explore all parts of your story, so you can consciously and deliberately craft a story of your own choosing.
okay,
The true story of who you are. You will learn how to use the power of storytelling and a deep understanding of your energetic, unique handwriting to take back control of what you have decided you are in the world, so you can begin to create what you choose for yourself, including optimal health and well-being. ठीक?
Yes. So this is basically it is trying to set a narrative
हाँ,
using this quantum human design and maybe a storytelling technique. You can redesign, what your life is going to be going forward, right?
correct.
Yes, that's what the idea it is bringing us.
Yes. इसका रिव्यू क्या बोल रहा है? योर स्टोरी क्रिएट्स योर एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. If you want to change your life, you must start first by changing the meanings and stories you have about your life. Our physical world, including our bodies, are manifestations of quantum potentials. This is the other way to look at you create your own reality.
Yes.
Right? The body can give you key insights, cues, and clues to which part of your personal story needs to change in order to create what you want in life. Your body is showing you parts of your story that need to be rewritten to help you tap into deeper states of wellness. अच्छा है, ये क्या है? हाँ, ठीक है. अब रिव्यू में और क्या क्या बोल रहा है देख. प्रिपेयरिंग योर स्टोरी. Right? The exercise is about becoming aware of stories you are currently telling yourself in the key areas of your life. Not to judge them and not to fix them. Simply observe them, because awareness is your starting point for change. तो ये क्या कर रहा है? He is asking you to do money, physical health and wellness, relationships, or careers and creative fulfillment.
Yes. What exactly you have in your mind for these
Correct.
prime thoughts? आपके दिमाग में important. Yes.
हाँ,
आज की डेट में आपकी रियलिटी क्या है? How exactly you relate to these topics in your current life? Yes.
ये मैं कुछ सालों पहले 2021 में I was doing a book club in spiritual tablets for important emotional equations. बहुत ही बढ़िया किताब है. ओके. तो ये वाला लेकर I was asking people to do this exercise.
Okay.
ठीक है. What am I telling? I am saying core areas of your life: growth, experience, desire, belief, emotions, ethics, support and choice.
Yeah.
तो इन सब में अपना जिंदगी में आपको क्या दिख रहा है? आज के दिन में देखो और इन्हीं विंडोज में आज से 25 साल आगे का देखो, क्या नजर आ रहा है? ठीक है. एंड देन कन्वर्ट दैट टू 5-year प्लान. मतलब आज से 25 साल मतलब 20 साल में इसी पिक्चर को 25 साल वाला 20 साल के टेम्पलेट में देखो, 15 साल के टेम्पलेट में देखो, 10 साल के टेम्पलेट में देखो.
That's the same thing, na? That if you want to see these things, what are your short-term goals? Let's say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. जैसे
It will come to that, but what you are doing is, तो जिंदगी चालू करते हैं 30 साल का देख ले रहा है.
हाँ, वो एंड गोल, चलो वो ठीक है, इट्स अ लॉन्ग टर्म विजन, लेकिन उस विजन को अचीव करने के लिए शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स क्या है आपके? That's what it is trying to. Yes.
You are actually looking at, I want to go to a movie in so and so theater. I need to be there by 5 p.m.
Right.
So how do I navigate myself to reach there?
Exactly.
ये वही स्टोरी हो गया.
Right.
Right. तो वो एक्सरसाइज मैं कराता था. कब? I am talking about when did I start in Wipro? 89. तब से नहीं, 82.
Okay. Great.
82 में कराता था मैं ये एक्सरसाइज. ओके. दैट मीन्स अपने माइंड में तभी भी ये सब सोच रहा था शायद।
राइट।
हाँ
वो आई थिंक उस टाइम पे इन चीजों का इतना अवेयरनेस नहीं था, लेकिन यस,
हाँ
जो हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की बात करते हैं इवन इन दोज डेज,
हाँ,
इफ यू नो,
दे यूज टू डू दैट प्लानिंग, 5 ईयर
ये
प्लानिंग करते
ये जो
थे।
प्लानिंग हमारी होती है कि जब भी एक कंपनी आप बनाते हैं, यू
हाँ,
हैव वन प्रोफाउंड विजन एंड देन यू मेक स्ट्रेटेजिक गोल्स कि मेरा 5 साल
करेक्ट
का गोल क्या
करेक्ट
है,
करेक्ट
10 साल
करेक्ट
का क्या
करेक्ट।
है, 15 का क्या है, हाउ डू आई अचीव दैट लॉन्ग टर्म विजन जो कि 50 साल के बाद होगी। तो इट सेम स्टोरी, राइट? तो वी यूज डिफरेंट वर्ड्स हेयर।